yama, which is ahimsa. The yamas are about how we are internally, how we behave, how we act toward the outer world and to ourselves. So practicing ahimsa means lack of violence. So do not practice violence. It means practice friendliness. It means practice kindness. It means practice consideration and thoughtful consideration, right? There's a difference between just consideration and thoughtful consideration. And remembering that we must act out of kindness. Yoga tells us to act out of kindness for all living things, right? And remembering, and by doing that, we remember that we are all living beings and we are all energy and we are all connected at some form or another. We're all connected because we're all energy. And so if we're connected, imagine if we all practiced, every single one of us practiced, ahimsa, right? What would happen? What would be the residual effect? Have you ever noticed what's happening? Have you ever been aware? When you smile at somebody, what happens to that person? Generally, what happens? They smile back. So now you've created this chain reaction, and you don't just smile, you don't just go like this and then stop. Usually your smile lasts for a while, right? So then inevitably you've got a smile, and then now here comes another person. They see you smiling, so then they smile, and then it goes on like a chain reaction, yes? And that's a consideration that perhaps you started. If you wanted to be considerate, you would smile at her, and then if she turned her head, she would, and it would be a chain reaction, right? The same thing with violence. When you hurt somebody, if I were to hurt you, you'd be angry. You'd probably go and hurt somebody else, right? It's a chain reaction. We're all connected. So yoga tells us to really take that into our heart and take that into being, and remember to practice the ABCs of a relationship, right? And relationship can be any relationship. A relationship you have with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your spouse, your ex-spouse, your enemy, whatever it is. It's a relationship. And so when we practice thoughtfulness, consideration, you actually, what you're doing is coming from the heart chakra, right? We're opening up our heart chakra, right? And so when you practice, A is to be aware of the emotions that you're feeling. How many times haven't you guys been aware that you're really angry, you're sort of angry, somebody has made you angry, and then immediately, without thinking, you just say something and you hurt that person's feeling, or you say something that you normally wouldn't say, like, a four-letter word or biatch or something like that. Wouldn't you say that? How many times have you been aware, and you know here and you know here what you're going to say before you say it, yes or no? Would you agree? Right? So, the first step into practicing ahimsa is to be aware of what you're feeling. B, if you're feeling really, really bad and you know you're going to punch somebody out, take a breath. Bring it back into the breath and become conscious. You now become conscious. The moment that you connect with the breath, you become conscious, right? Now you're going to take it from your heart chakra down into your third chakra right here, which is your solar plexus, right? This is our center of intuition. And our intuitiveness tells us, breathe. And not to act until we breath, right? To connect with the breath, and the breath will always connect us to the light and to the love that we are, all the time, right? And once you've done the breath, then you practice C, which is to change your attitude. To change your attitude. And you can even change it physically. Right? What do we look like physically when we're angry? What do we look like? What do we do? If you were angry at her, what would you be doing? What would your body look like? Stand up and show me. What would your body look like? Have you been angry before? Not that much? Have you been angry before? What is your body, what would you say your body looks like when you're angry? What would you do?
Well, be frowning.
Okay. Well, what about your body? What about your body? What would you do with your hands? What would you do with your body? How many of us, when we get angry, we don't even realize it? See? We're not aware. But if I were to take a picture of you when you were angry, chances are you contract your body. You bring in your fist and you contract your body, right? All of a sudden you feel tight, yes? Because you get prepared to punch out somebody, right? But you don't even have to punch out somebody. You're sending out that energy. You're already practicing violence. Did you know that violence can be practiced without hitting somebody? Violence is what you do to somebody with your words, your feelings, your thoughts, or your physical. How many times don't we wish violence on other people? Right? And then we talk and we think it's funny. We talk to them and to our friends and we say, ojalá que se mueras ayer. How many times haven't we said that? That's violence. That's violence. Right? And yoga tells us, the Yoga Sutras tell us, you must practice ahimsa all the time. Non-violence. Thoughtful consideration. You will always be in ahimsa if you do the ABCs of successful relationships. All the time.